A quick content note here before we begin this episode of What Am I Rolling? This episode's one-shot, 39 Dark, is a political sci-fi themed game meant for 2 players. As such, we'll be exploring and touching various political themes which some listeners may find uncomfortable. For context, we recorded this one-shot back in 2020, during the UK's first lockdown, where things weren't great, politically speaking, for us. Not as bad as recent UK political news for sure, but still not great. Other content warnings for this one-shot include politically motivated violence, oppression, death, grief, and police brutality. If you're not in a good headspace and you want to avoid any or all of these topics, please feel free to skip any or all of this one-shot. Thanks again, and stay safe, my friends. Hello and welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 3 of our 39 Dark one-shot, so make sure you listen to the first couple of parts before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, I am playing the saviour, Lane Novak, a new leader of the protest movement 39 Dark, which operates on Mars Colony. Lane has been tasked with bringing about significant political change on Mars itself, especially at the governmental level. My friend David is playing the role of the governor, who is in charge of all the other characters in this actual play. Together, we are trying to tell a meaningful story about Lane Novak's attempt to change Mars Colony for the better. The story takes place as a series of scenes during which Lane learns of impending or ongoing efforts by the colony government to further oppress its citizens. Lane will try to implement plans to achieve an agenda designed by 39 Dark to alleviate the oppression. When Lane's plans work, they will help empower the citizens towards self-government. When they fail, Lane will have to choose between facing the consequences of their failure or feeding the people false hope in the name of a better future. Too much false hope, however, will lead to disillusionment and accusations of treason. If Lane is not careful, they will face arrest, exile, or even execution. Remember, during a progress scene, the saviour will try to generate as many change points as possible in one of the agendas. The saviour chooses a starting action level for the scene, which determines both the number of dice rolled and the type of protest engaged in by Lane and 39 Dark. There are 3 action levels which can be chosen: civil protest, which is 2d6, civil disobedience, which is 4d6, and violent uprising, which is 6d6. Each roll represents an attempt by Lane and the members of 39 Dark to implement Lane's plan. The saviour adds up all the dice, the total of which is the number of change points generated by Lane. After rolling, the saviour can choose to risk another roll for additional change points or quit and keep the current total. The saviour may roll as many times as they like. There is a catch, though. On any roll, including the first roll, if one or more dice shows a 1, then the entire plan is a potential failure. As 39 Dark breaks up quite nicely into distinct sections, I'll go through each section before each part of the one-shot. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. And with all that out of the way, let's get back to 39 Dark.
Okay, so we had just done the scene where you had your vigil, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, let's have an opposition.
Okay.
Okay, so we've just done a policing one that had gone tits up, hadn't we?
Well, yes, I would say it went okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. It's maybe the day after the vigil.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of weird bit where everyone sort of expects you to be back to normal. You've got to kind of got to go to work and stuff. Andrew, not Adam, was very hesitant about sort of just hanging around, and but you've made your stance clear. He's taken some time off hospital, and he kind of comes in with you, and it's although as the leader of 39 Dark, you always try and look like not like you're clinging on to someone. It's very much good to have him just nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when you sit down at your desk and Andrew's gone off to do some minor admin stuff that there's a knock on your door, and your new assistant Sam comes in.
Sam, yes.
Sam comes in, he knocks the door open, and goes, hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Sam, yes, Sam.
Yes, Sam.
Sam.
Really quick thing. So Adam is here waiting for you.
Great.
Great. Do you want tea, coffee, biscuit?
Ooh, yes. I had a very specific tea order, which I can't remember just now, but it was very specific. So Earl Grey hot. There we go. Done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. And with that, Adam walks in.
Adam, hey.
And he gives you a sort of weak smile, and you kind of immediately know that something's wrong.
Okay. All right.
So we're having a bit of an issue.
Right. Well, come in. Shut the door. Yeah. Take a seat.
Comes in and sits down. The peacekeepers, they've started their own little propaganda about what happened.
Right.
And they've released some, what I believe to be heavily doctored footage about some of the protesters actually assaulting peacekeepers against your orders. And he kind of freezes, and you can see that he's bracing himself for something.
Do we see their faces?
Yes. Now I'm sure it's doctored. I'm sure this didn't happen.
Do you have the footage on you?
Yes. You might not want to see it. I'm sure 100% that she would have followed your instructions to the letter.
Mm-hmm.
But they're showing something different.
Sure. Well, I think it sounds like I need to see it.
And with that, he sort of brings out his phone, and it's very fancy.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't actually show on the screen. It plays like a hologram in front of you. Yeah, it's very, very impressive if this weren't, a heart-rending situation.
4K.
Yeah. And you see protesters quite brutally attacking peacekeepers, and your sister is among them.
Yeah.
We're trying to prove that it's doctored, but it's going to take time, but we need to get a statement out now. That's just my suggestion. But, well, I've done this job a day. I don't know. That's why I'm here talking to you. Hey,
thank you. Adam, thank you so much for bringing this to me. I know it must have been hard, but I'm glad we're honest, and that's what I like about you. You've always been my top guy. I knew you were right for this.
Thanks. By the way, I'm pretty sure he's got you a latte. By the way,
I know. I fucked up. I panicked. You know my order. It's fine. I'll
have a word on the way out.
No,
it's okay. I get used to do the job.
It's like if you. Otherwise, it looks like you're pressing, and he's scared enough as it is. Sam, but don't. I appreciate it. Don't worry. Let me deal with this, and then I'll deal with that.
Well, you're the boss.
I am the boss.
So, your issue is that the peacekeepers are releasing doctored footage, and it's early, but looking at it, it looks quite convincing.
Mm-hmm.
Your concern now is that this will turn sympathy against 39 Dark.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay. Progress scene 4, starting. Agenda selecting, policing. Current change point total, 0. Current token status, loyal, 6 tokens. Treasonous, 2 tokens. Hope, 1 token. Right, well, let's just let me get my pen. Sorry, I've not got the pen. Let's go to a progress scene, because I'm going to deal with this shit. Because if there's anyone that can get this done, David, it's Lane Novak. She
approves this message.
All right, so progress scene 4. So I think what Lane would do, she would probably watch this footage quite a bit. How long is it, out of interest?
Maddeningly quick.
And is it been shot on like a phone or a drone or
yeah, it seems to be a sort of handheld camera.
Right. Okay.
Which is another impressive touch by them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think what Lane would do, what I would do, is put a quick team together, people who I trust, look for the other people that are in. So the goal is to discredit this video, and as a result, say this is just another thing, we need to defund the peacekeepers, etc. So the current plan is to get a team together. I want to find out any one of the other protesters who were videoed in that thing. I like to, we can identify them, we can see their faces clearly, to get their reports about what happened. If at the same time, I want to be able to pinpoint where this supposed incident took place and see if there's any other people filming, say on the opposite side of the road or from a further away, getting different angles of what is happening, because the footage itself might not be super doctored, but it might just show one angle when actually, in fact, it could be another angle, like just the way things were, that you see the push of someone else, another peacekeeper coming in, etc.
Great.
So, yeah.
I assume this is at its lowest level that we're doing. We're not going full on prison riot.
Full! Everyone's charges in! No, it is definitely going to be the civil... Is it just civil protest it's called? Civil disobedience is the second one.
It's a civil protest. It's more just, you make a point of saying, as you're building this team, I put a statement that, given their history, we don't believe the peacekeepers. I know my own sister. This is not the kind of thing that she would do. Yeah.
So that's what I'm sort of doing in the background. That's what I'm hoping to do. But then I would issue a quick statement saying, this is very serious allegations that we're taking very seriously. We're going to do our own internal investigation. But I would put a strong opinion on this on the Medium blog that is 39 Dark. I would say I don't believe that my sister Emma Novak would do this, and I think it is a horrible besmirchment of her memory, as she's just died. And frankly, this is disgusting. Blah 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 blah.
Great. Okay.
I wouldn't put blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Just
yeah. If you get 2 ones, let's say you actually do put blah, 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 blah.
Humiliation. I'm like, Sam, this is the proof copy. I just need you to edit it as and you just press publish. Publish instead of review. All right. Oh, God. I just realised I've got that fucking hope thing. That's a 1 and a 2.
Yeah.
And if I get double ones, it's a humiliation.
Yeah.
I don't want to upscale this to rioting. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's a 5 and a 1.
That's all right.
It is all right. I would like, David, to upscale it to civil disobedience and get rid of that 1.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because any 1 is a failure.
Yeah, you're right, it is. Yeah, okay. How do you upscale it?
How do I upscale it? That is a very good question. I think that because the protesters are quite visible in it, that must mean the peacekeepers are quite visible in it, and they probably have ID badges or something.
Their uniform, their armour and all that.
They're all their armour, but they've got the thing, so it is very easily to identify them.
Yeah.
So we probably know which district headquarters they are probably based at.
Oh yeah, you can find that out.
So I would strongly encourage the citizens of Mars Colony to, if they safety in mind after all these recent violent clashes, to go and basically do what Extinction Rebellion do and block the streets and sit down in front of it and have just a sit-in in front of those particular, targeting those particular things until justice is served. Yes.
Right, yeah. You organise it, and, you know, despite the issue, there is, despite the initial issues getting away with all of this, you still have your loyalists. So very clearly, like, the public is on your side. This is just an attempt to steal some of that.
Yes.
But you still have the sympathy because, you know, a boatload of you lot died.
Yeah. Yeah, this can only go well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll again.
Okay.
I think I would. So people are doing sit-ins. I will go to the biggest one and join them there.
Mm-hmm.
And I will get Sam, possibly with Adam's help, to help with. Oh man, this is so cheesy. I want them to help with coordinating chants. Basically, I want them to sort of chant
Remember them,
and then remember them, Emma Novak. Remember them. What's it called? I forgot what it's called.
Steve. Was it Steve?
Remember Steve. Steve, his second name to be determined.
Yeah, so you can start a chant. It's remember them, and then another name is called out from those who are lost.
Yes. Oh, that's so much. This is why I have you, Adam and Sam, to help me out, because it would not just be them, but it will just constant. Remember them. Yeah. Protesters' name. Remember them. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Right.
Roll.
I will. Right. Is this more exciting that you can see it? That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
Oh fuck. So there is a 1, but I got 6, 5, 3, and a 1. I could, instead of like leaving it up, I could put a point into hope.
You could.
Which I'm going to do because I don't want to turn this violent again.
Okay.
So that in total, so we had 6 from last time.
Yeah.
And this I'd have to add to the hope once it's...
So that's 15. 15 into hope.
Yes. 15 into hope, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Struth. This is so much harder.
This is a bit harder.
This is so much harder. Okay, so a point into hope. Let's say the chants don't take off. It takes a little while to get going.
Not everyone knows the names.
Yeah, that's really embarrassing.
And that bit's just not as powerful. But, you know, some people see how you're really chanting, and there's murmurings of what you did during that day, in that, you know, in your statement, you told all of them that you went round and you saw those at the hospital.
Yeah.
And they remember that. That gets them a bit more fired up, and they, you know, names start to get recalled and the chanting keeps going, and it doesn't quite lose its fervor.
Yeah.
But you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you feel about that is your own thing. I
think, again, just I will stay there for as long as I can, chanting.
Yeah.
Staying well past clocking off time, because again, I know it's very important to be there as the leader. It gets to a point where it is just me monotonously saying it. I'm fucking drained. Like I want to cry, but I can't. And it's a mixture of fear of being seen as weak, because I'm a woman and because I'm tired, but also because it's as a weak leader as well. So I just channel that into shouting their names until I'm hoarse, until presumably peacekeepers start to tell us to fuck off.
it's after a few hours and they are starting to get a bit like, maybe we should probably do something about this. And you can see they are sort of starting to mass.
Yeah.
Not doing anything, and they're just stood there.
Yeah. And then
they are making their presence known.
And I would take it because again, almost sort of like very wary of what happened last time.
Yeah.
I would probably like finish off by saying, "Hang on, I gotta get the catchphrase in. We'll be back." Or my name is not Lane Novak, and I approve of this message. Hooray! No, that's really bad. But essentially, essentially, I'm trying to. I'm very aware of time, and I'm not trying to be like, okay, we need to hurry this up. It's more, we have shown us our presence here today, and we can only go up from here. These lies and stuff, and just finish off with a speech like that, and then I'll be like, disperse, friends.
Okay.
Let us meet again. Yeah. And I do not want to roll again.
Okay, great. Then you all disperse, thankfully, before anything gets out of hand, like last time.
Yeah.
Everyone goes home, you go back, and you're absolutely knackered, but it's a decent start.
Doing the 39 Dark's work.
Mechanically, this one is fucking tricky.
Yeah.
Considering
I'm aware.
One fucks you up.
Yeah. Well, a one always fucks you up, though.
I suppose.
You were just very lucky last time. Oh, but now I think it's, was it a 1, 2, and a 1 and a 3?
Yeah.
I think. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Progress scene 4 ending. Final result. 21 change points. 4. Agenda policing. Final token status. Loyal, 5 tokens. Treasonous, 2 tokens. Hope, 2 tokens.
What's next?
What's next? So that was the progress scene. I chose to do the progress scene, so it's back to you. I'm very sorry.
All right. This week is relentless.
Mm-hmm.
You've made it back, and you've just about managed to get your voice back. Sam has, with the best will in the world, got you a chai latte this time instead of, an Earl Grey.
Okay, it's got a bit of honey in it. That's fine. That's good.
Next to it, you just see there is another mug with a post-it note behind it with just this kind of, it looks like almost like fluorescent yellow liquid inside it. And it just says, for your voice, Adam.
I want to work in this proper office.
And you're sat there for a little bit, where there is this kind of knock on the door. And Andrew walks in.
Hey.
Hey. A friend of mine from the hospital got in touch.
Oh, okay.
Not good news. Some of the protests, the ones that were seriously injured, were on quite low income, and they were relying on a lot of state-sponsored healthcare. Peacekeepers are saying that they should be treated as criminals, not wounded.
Okay.
That would mean that, well, I don't need to tell you, that end up being sent to peacekeeper holding cells, and the healthcare there is non-existent. I wanted you to know. I don't know.
No, it's good. So, how much time do we have?
I just found out. Knowing them, probably a few hours before the paperwork clears through.
God's sake. Okay. And the peacekeepers are giving you, they're pressuring you to release these people into their custody.
Yeah. At the minute, they've been kind of pressuring for a while now. I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to. No. But there's nothing they can actually force us to do if it's just pressure. But if they actually get the government to sign off it, and as well as the representatives from Earth as well, then legally there's no choice.
Okay. I want to ask you something honestly, Andrew. I know my particular brand of leadership has not, well, it's led us to some interesting paths recently. If I brought the fight to the hospital, will people join us? I know you have a duty of care. I do not wish to bring anything brawling onto the wards. I do not wish to hurt anyone, but I think I have an idea, but it'd have to be at the hospital.
I'll head over there, see what supply I can drum up.
Okay. Thank you. And I love you. I don't say that enough.
He walks over and just kisses you on the forehead. I love you too. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Leaves.
I down both drinks very quickly. Get the voice back.
The yellow one is nice and still warm. The other one's been sitting there for too long.
No, not the chai latte. No.
You know how Adam was great? Sam's useless.
No! Yeah, like comic book, like, no!
Sam!
Can't sacrifice him. Annoying.
No, you actually can't.
Bastard. Progress Scene 5 starting. Agenda selecting healthcare. Current change point total 52 change points. Token status. Loyal 5 tokens. Treasonous 2 tokens. Hope 2 tokens. Well, let's just jump back into another progress scene then. I think we're on a roll.
We're on a roll.
Okay. So, I think again, this is interesting because I think it's between the policing and the healthcare. Yes, sorry.
I figured this to be more of a healthcare thing.
Yeah.
If you want to make it policing, absolutely fine.
I think story-wise, which I think I'm going to go with because stories are always much better, it is healthcare.
Okay.
The reason I said policing is because if I can get over 40, I get a point back from treason into thing. But
oh yeah, you need your actual change to go over 40, don't you? Not your hope.
Yeah. Well, it's combined.
And you've already done it.
Not for policing. I've already done it for healthcare.
Right, I thought you were talking about healthcare. Yeah.
No,
okay.
no. Don't worry. We calculated this in last time because I had to kill people. Anyway, so the plan is this. What I want to do, I am going to look at the 39 dark funds.
Yeah.
Did Andrew say how many protesters were going to be put in jail? I'm assuming it's quite a few.
It's quite a few, but it's also what you would know is it's how it would look if this was just allowed to happen.
Sure. What I would try, so this is the first thing I would do, because I'm very aware that I do not want a massive fight, full frontal brawl in a hospital, because that doesn't look good for anyone.
Nope.
And more people will probably die, and that's not good. So I want to avoid that first. So what I want to do, I want to look at 39 Dark's funds.
Yep.
And I want to see if there's any connections, any debtors, anything like that, because I feel like we are a fairly successful organisation of such, and put out a drive. I want people to donate money, and we'll match like Martian dollar for Martian dollar to raise money to pay for these people's healthcare bills, or to pay a sizable amount for them.
Yeah.
My long-term goal is obviously to pay for them completely, but I want to pay for as much as I can using the drive and stuff. I want to do that with the first action level.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that.
Comes back.
I believe in you.
I believe in me. You know why? Because I'm Lane Novak. But do I approve of these dice, David? Oh my actual god. Okay, it's a 3 and a 1.
The humiliation.
Is it a humiliation? Fuck. Oh no. That's not good. Well, I can't get rid of it with a hope if it's humiliation, but I can get rid of it with, oh no, you're right, it's disillusionment.
Yeah.
That's what you meant.
That's what I meant.
Shoot. How do I get rid of this? Oh, this is bad. I don't think I can get past this. Which makes sense.
Okay, so
Wait, hang on. So it says, hang on. With a single hope token, disillusionment only occurs when it rolls two or more ones. With 2 tokens, it's only 1-1 or 1-2. I've only got 2 tokens, so I'm okay.
oh, okay, you can't get disillusionment then.
But good thing you spotted that, though. Okay, but it's still 1 and a 3. Oh, hang on. Did I forget something? When I upscale it, when I upscale it, it needs to be. That last one because I upscaled it, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I need to move 1 token into treason for that one.
Yeah, because it represents you becoming more and more of a threat to the state.
Yeah. So now we've got 2 into hope, 4 into loyal, and 3 into treason. This is going really well.
Mechanically, this one is way harder.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, so I either can use hope again, or I can upscale it, or I could sacrifice my last person. Yep. This could be a very short episode, David. The way I'm trading it. Okay, hang on. Yeah, I can't risk that treason or the hope. So regardless, I'm not going to upscale it. I'm not. I'm going to sacrifice Andrew.
Okay. All right. Somehow, word of what you're trying to do gets out before you can arrive. When you make it to the hospital, you see, instead of doctors, nurses, orderlies beginning to mass like Andrew had said he'd be able to do, you can in fact see a series of people, some looking really unwell and like they shouldn't be out of bed, some looking like hospital workers being led out in handcuffs. And at the one point during the line, you're just looking and you see that Andrew is led out of the hospital. He kind of, even though you're quite far away from each other, he just locks eyes with you and just gives you just a shake of his head, like a warning not to try it. He keeps looking at you the entire time until he is pushed into a peacekeeper van, the blacked out windows completely obscuring him from your vision. And he's gone.
Shit. God, what a sacrifice for 4 points.
I know.
That makes me so sad. But okay. I'm gonna roll again. If I raise the action level now, I don't have to throw a point across.
Yes.
Oh no, have I fucked? No, I think I fucked up, haven't I? Because if I upscale an action, the action level, it ignores 1-1. So actually, it should be just that.
I'm going to go with yes.
Sorry, David.
No, it's fine. This upscaling thing confuses me just as much.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think I still would have sacrificed poor Andrew. Okay, so it's still 2, 5, and 2. I am going to. So I've sacrificed him.
Yep.
All good. Part of the plan. I would like to increase the action level.
Yep.
To civil disobedience. So I roll 46. And figuring that this probably was going to happen, I am going to chain myself with any protesters from 39 Dark around to the front of the hospital, like if there's hospital gates or any entrances or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a main entrance, definitely.
Yeah, then we will block the entrance and stand in the way of any other peacekeepers trying to come in and get the protesters, but also other people can't get in or out.
Sounds good. Yeah, you go up, you bring out the space bindings, space chains.
Space chains!
And you're set. You kind of set yourselves up. A fair few of the 39 dark folks are like primed for this. They kind of think they, just as well as you knew, they would have to escalate this before the day was done. And you get in place.
Okay. Fuck. All right. Oh, there's another one in there. Fuck me.
Why do they hate you or love you so much?
They just hate, but it's a bit better in taste. So we've got 10, 3, and 1.
Okay, so that's 14.
Yep. Oh, fine. This is just going down the road. I am going to put a point into hope.
Okay.
I can't risk anyone else dying at this point. So that's 3 into hope, 3 into treason, and 3 into loyal.
We are so balanced right now. However, you are so close to hitting 80. Well,
Am I?
we're 10 points away from hitting 80.
Yeah, it's just, but I can't move points back. I can't move tokens back and forth.
I thought you could at 80.
Oh. When an agenda's total reaches 80 or more points, Lane has succeeded in accomplishing their goals, and specifically the agenda's call to action. Mechanically, the saviour moves 1 token from the treasonous circle back into loyal, representing the people's recognition of Lane's dedication to the colony. Yes, 80 or more. I move 1 token from the treasonous circle back into loyal.
There you go.
There you go. Things can only get better, David.
It can only go up from here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you chain yourselves on, and it's this damn hospital. You know, some of the 39 dark people are saying how you were here visiting these people, and now you're here trying to protect them. And that really works. You end up getting more supporters that come in, and you kind of successfully manage to block off the hospital. You don't completely block it off because it's a hospital.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very clear, and the medical staff also seem to help you simply because, they're trying to help people, and peacekeepers are sort of being the enemy here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going well.
Going well.
Maybe despite the fact the hospital's lost a few staff, but hey,
Yeah. In that case, what am I on? What's
You're on 70 of 80.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, man. I wish I hadn't asked. All right, I'm going to roll again.
All right.
So here's what I'm thinking. As I'm chained to these other people, I like to think it's other protesters I actually haven't met properly. It's like their first day.
Sure, yeah.
Oh no, David. Oh God, this is so fucking cheesy. I'm gonna do it. Circle of expectation. So somebody in the 39 Dark has brought a guitar.
Yes, and you know what? They look like they're about to play Wonderwall.
They do. So I join in with the harmony, but then I try and change the lyrics to try and emphasize what the healthcare is. Like 2 days, the day we're going to get healthcare back. Oh God. It's much better than that, obviously.
It's much better than that. In fact, let's roll the dice and that'll tell us how.
Oh no, because this could be the end of my career. Just all over News Network Corp is like leader of 39 Dark, tone deaf in both words. Can't hold a note. Tone deaf in more ways than one. All right.
I don't see a 1.
No, I think. Yeah, we're okay.
That's over 80.
We did it. That's 6,
10, 15, 17. That puts you on 87.
It's the best fucking rendition of Wonderwall, David.
You start singing and then you realise, man, I used to cane drunken guitar-filled sing-alongs back in university, and you bust out this really good rendition, and the person just playing the guitar, everyone just listens to your version first, and then, because it's quite simple, you're barely changing anything, but it's effective and the people love it. Healthcare is, healthcare's over 80 now.
Yeah.
They consider this issue solved. The peacekeepers, despite the fact they do manage to get away with the people that they've already arrested, it gets out that in all of this, you had to watch your partner get dragged away. And although, despite the fact that there's been maybe a bit of tension in, she started a lot of fights, things haven't gone very well, there's more of these murmurings of she's just as much a victim as we are.
Yep.
And yeah, you feel a bit more support come your way in the coming days.
Yay. But I feel dead inside because I had to sing Wonderwall. But also lose my partner. Great. Well, that's 1 out of 3. Got time. We can turn this around yet.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You've got very little on transparency. Well, I mean, you've got very little left to go on transparency.
True. And
then you just go for broke.
Gotta go for broke. That's literally it. Progress Scene 5 ending. Final result. 87 change points for Agenda Healthcare. Agenda completed. Final token status. Loyal, 4 tokens. Treasonous, 2 tokens. Hope, 3 tokens. Okay, now that's the progress scene done. Back to you, David. It does feel like next.
We're going to go personal. I've thrown 2 oppositions at you very quickly, and you need a break.
No. Oh no, but it's just going to be me and alone in the flat with a dog.
Maybe. The sudden vibe of success, it doesn't hit you what you've lost. And it's only when you leave the office at some godforsaken hour and you're pretty sure you can see it, it's even getting light as you get home. And you look up at the big window to your apartment, and it's when you see that there is no light on that the sinking feeling hits, and suddenly the weight of it all hits. And it's when you get upstairs and suddenly you find that you miss that feeling of anxiety and almost anger you had, knowing that he was up there waiting to have an argument with you about something. And that sense, and you feel a bit guilty about that sense of frustration you had, but you also miss that. And now it just feels empty. And you go in and the dog's there, its metronome-like tail, seemingly can sense how you're feeling, and it gives you a small nuzzle as you just sit on the sofa. But besides that, it's just far too quiet. You know that you don't need to tiptoe around because he's asleep and is going to be getting up to treat people very soon. You also know that there's no ridiculous argument to be had over what film you're going to watch. You don't have to negotiate over what dinner's going to be. And those tiny irritances that are being in a relationship are gone. And more than anything, you want them back.
I'll probably turn on the presumably big space TV, and there'll be I like to think it's the past but now. So it's the what are they called? The microfilms, slots. You have that projector.
Yeah.
It just sort of runs around, and it's the slides of various times we had before this. But they're all there's nothing very exciting. There's me at Andrew's graduation to becoming a junior doctor. There is just us just in the park, just doing stuff the jobs I had before as a copywriter, as an activist in general. Maybe there's still images of Emma in there as well. And just, a big glass of gin. I'll get a glass for the dog and just put it in a saucer.
The dog is having gin too.
Yep.
All right.
It's okay. All right. It's not like a double shot. It's like a teeny tiny.
It has teeny tiny gin.
Teeny tiny. I'm just, if anything, it's just to see if I can knock off the metronome balance of the thing. So it's just like.
Just roll one dice and let me know what it is.
If it's a 1, it doesn't count, right?
Yes, if it's a 1, it doesn't count.
Thank you. It's a 4.
4.
Yeah.
You give it the tiniest helping, and after the dog laps it all up, you notice that its tail actually begins to wag like a normal dog's tail.
I've broken this dog. And I laugh, which descends into crying.
Yeah.
Andrew would have loved this. No, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't. You gave gin to a dog.
I need to get him back. But I'll spend what little remainder of the night, as you said, as alluded to, it's pretty much morning, just watching this and waiting for the call to come in to go back into work.
Yeah, sounds good. Probably like 4:30 or 5 when you get back. It's 8:30 when they ring you.
For God's sake. As soon as Sam rings me, I go, I think I wish to install a bed in one of the nearby offices for me to sleep in. There's literally no point in me going home right now.
Oh, okay.
And I need you to make sure you buy a dog bed for the office, because Steve Jr. is coming in with me today.
Okay. That's fine.
And Sam?
Yeah.
Earl Grey, hot.
Right. Earl Grey, hot. Sorry.
And some water for the dog.
Water for the dog.
You got that?
Earl Grey, hot. Water for the dog. Bed in one of the offices. Doggy bed with it.
I put down the phone going, fuck, I'm just going to get hot tea all over the bed.
Or just Earl Grey in the dog bowl.
It's that, you know what it is, David? I even in real life, I observe this sort of like this fear in people. I go into meetings and they go, oh, Fiona, I'm sorry, I haven't done it. I've just sat down. This is what it feels like. This poor Sam bloke has like never really spoken to me, but he's like, I am in fear until, because she's basically killed people. Fuck.
And he keeps screwing up the tea order.
And yet he's still alive. Surely. Progress scene 6. Starting. Agenda selecting. Policing. Current change point total 21 change points. Token status. Loyal 4 tokens. Treasonous 2 tokens. Hope 3 tokens.
Okay, so what's next?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just fucking do it. I'm gonna go for the next progress scene.
All right.
We're on a runaway train.
We are. We're gonna get this done.
So I wish to focus on the policing.
Okay.
Because I want to get Andrew back, even though I can't use him again. I want to call up our friends at News Network Corp and say, I want to do a one-on-one personal expose. It's like an Ask Me Anything about 39 Dark, about me personally, about what I think of the, and I will I want it to go straight to Serena, telling her about this, and that I want her top reporter to go against me. I will not leave anything bare because I have nothing to lose right now.
You get the message out. Sam doesn't fuck this one up, by the way.
No, I can imagine he doesn't. This is a big storytelling moment, so...
Also, the bed thing, that's all sorted.
Fuck
right.
Yeah.
Yep. Didn't get the biscuits right, though.
To be fair, I didn't mention the biscuits, so I'll let him off for this one, because that's on both our parts. Inside going, fucking, it's dog biscuits, how can you fuck this up? Right.
Yeah, there's actual biscuits in the dog bowl.
Oh my... Chocolate? Bourbons? Are you complete. No, I don't go off with him. I take them out and chuck them away.
It's been added much needed comedy with the assistants. That's my job now.
No, I love it because, frankly, David, this is a car crash. I'm loving every moment of it, but it's not. It's definitely not as serious as your one. You were like, this is a cool sci-fi political thriller. I'm like, I'm way out of my depth. I'm singing Wonderwall.
Chain myself to a hospital. We've not used chains in hundreds of years. How do the ambulances get in? I don't know.
It's all, yeah, they've actually portal in behind me, the teleporters, and I'm like, bastards!
And then suddenly wonder, oh, crap, maybe that's what they've been doing the whole time.
Yeah. So yeah.
Right.
One-on-one, expose, ask me anything.
And the chilling thing is that Serena Pannon is a little too excited about it.
Oh,
and you know that she's never quite been on your side. Not security chief Tandy levels of enemy, but she's not a supporter. She's where the money is, and you know your own opinion of her being what it is. There's a general belief in 39 Dark that she very much propagates the wealth disparity.
Yep.
She chooses what gets reported on, but the chance to get you in and have you humiliate yourself, she jumps at it.
Yep. It's a all or nothing type thing.
Yeah. And it's kind of with a crap moment where you're not even really surprised. You find out very quickly by Adam that they've put you up against their paxman.
Yes. It's fine. Right. I make sure I look amazing. As much as I can. Like, it's been a very tough couple of days. So.
You look respectably good.
Yeah.
In the sense that you kind of go in and you're saying to everyone, your own people, because screw letting the news network do your makeup.
Oh yeah, fuck them. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking to your own people and you're saying, okay, right, I need to look amazing.
This.
And you've got Adam, who's basically your side the entire time, who's going, okay, I think we play it down.
Yes.
And kind of freezes basically. You've lost a lot of people very important to you for this.
Mm-hmm. I know.
We're gonna win them on determination.
Yep.
And you're putting makeup. Mm-hmm. You don't look particularly different. It's just to stop them making you look washed out.
Yeah, I don't want to be overexposed. Don't want to have sweat from the thing, just enough to make me look.
Yeah, you look severe but confident.
Yeah.
Determined.
It's like the no makeup challenge on Instagram when it's actually a fuck ton of makeup, but I just look normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You make it, and you're not even given the sort of time to settle yourself in the ready room. You're pretty much taken straight there. Yeah. It's like they're actively trying to put you on the back foot.
Mm-hmm.
As you end up sat by on these kind of those nice sort of almost semicircular chairs that look very comfortable.
Oh no!
But they look more comfortable than they are.
Yeah.
And you end up being sat opposite a man about 45 years old who, before it all begins, just leans over and goes, "Before we all do this, I just want to very quickly say, I do agree with what you're doing. This isn't personal.
I'm making it personal.
I hope you do."
Thank you.
And he sits back. There's the countdown, and you are brought into a grueling one-on-one. Ask for anything.
Right. So yeah, it's going to be the normal level.
Yep.
Because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, David, for policing, I am on 21.
You are?
I'm not going to escalate it because there's no point. I don't think we need to do sittings. Don't need the person with the guitar.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh yeah, he's in the green room.
He's waiting.
He's here tonight.
For one revolution only.
Fuck. Okay, 2d6. Let this interview go well. Yes. Okay, that's a 9.
Great. Okay, that takes us up to a 30.
Yes.
You start the questions quite well. And maybe it's that kind of like small boost of confidence of this person who is quite severe with everyone, almost trying to help you out, but look like he's not, giving you easy openings to bite back. And this helps you kind of naturally find your flow. And for too long, you find you're not needing these openings. You're just responding very quickly. You're playing the emotional angle. For every tough question that you get asked, you fire one straight back. You know, if they're saying, how do you feel? You're being asked how you feel about the fact that about 5 of your own people died. And you come straight back with, how do you feel about the fact that not a single peacekeeper was harmed, and yet they released a video showing the exact opposite. And it plays really well.
I can just imagine, like, you in the film of it, you cut to like the 39 Dart headquarters where they're all watching on screens, and you just see, like, it's like like election night. They're like, go on, you got to say it right. Oh shit, you know. And they're like, yeah.
Great.
So obviously, I'm going to roll again.
Obviously,
I'm going to try. I'm going to try and turn the conversation to directly implicate Deputy Chief Tandy.
Okay.
Repeating what I'd sort of said before, like the sort of like how this person came to visit me, warning me of you know, not to do these things, and we did, and then these events happened. I would think, because I would have told people I was going to do this before time, I probably would ask, and tell me if it's too weird, I'd probably ask if there was like CCTV footage or anything like that of Tandy coming into the corridor before coming into my room, before we went to do the process.
Yeah, absolutely. You could have prepared that.
So
you would have done for this would include.
Yeah, exactly. So
the odd silver bullet here and there.
Exactly. So it just to pinpoint that he did come to the building where I was, and there's like again the stuff that I would try and provide all that for them to run as I'm talking.
Great.
Just yes, that's a 9 again.
Another 9. You bring up Tandy's visit, and as the man you're speaking to is, I don't think that Deputy Tandy would ever be seen heading into it, and you just cut him off, and you're like, actually, I'm really glad that you said that. We can play the footage for you. And after the clip plays, there is a noticeable silence for a few seconds, and you know this is going out live.
Yeah.
And he just kind of very subtly just turns his head as if someone just said something directly into his ear and calls a commercial break.
Oh. Yeah, Serena going.
Yeah.
It's like,
you are still in this interview as long as you want.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to try and roll again because I know I need 1 point. What I'm going to do is I am going to, when we come back, again, I'm going to answer the questions that I think, hopefully this will be the last roll. I don't necessarily want to escalate or anything like that. I want to talk, you know, because I'll come back and say like, oh, these accusations about Deputy Chief Tandy. That's such a hard phrase to say.
Deputy Chief Tandy.
Oh, okay. I did drama.
I had to really focus on it. I'll give you that.
If they start sort of talking about like, you know, it's that sort of thing. Go, oh, you shouldn't be spreading this sort of gossip or lies. If they come back at me like that, I will say I would be happy to continue this interview at a later date with Deputy Chief Tandy here as well. and have a sort of back and forth, almost like a presidential, not battle, what's it called? Debate. Have this debate with him about the peacekeepers, about how policing is done in Mars Colony, and how he feels he's done in threatening citizens like me into silence and harassing those who are trying to help the needy, such as my partner.
Great. Okay. Roll. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So I'm just I have to keep looking at this. So if I roll a 1 or a 3, that's disillusionment. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Is it? You have to roll a 1 and a 3.
1 and a 3, but
or a 1 and a 2.
1, 2, 1, 3. But I can get rid of that 1 if I decide to do that. So that is an option.
Yeah, it's an option. Why the mechanic exists, I'm sure, not just to punish you.
Let's go back with these dice. Okay. Oh, that's a 2 and a 5.
That is 7.
God, I did think that was a 1. My heart plummeted.
That takes us to 46.
Yes.
You make this challenge, as it looks like they're going to come in hard on this Tandy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a kind of almost a surprised response by the man grilling you with all the questions, the Paxman. And he just sort of tilts his head a little bit, and you see just the one corner of his lip very subtly away from the cameras, just so you can see, just kind of turns up, and he gives a sort of nod. He goes, well, I'm sure that's something we'd all love to see. Join us next time for... And it goes on from there. Interview is quickly called to an end.
Yes. And because I got significant things, I can release Andrew from incarceration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean you get him back?
No. I can only sacrifice him once per game.
Ah, so he's back, but he's not back.
Yeah. But that doesn't matter. This is. I wanted him back. This is the whole point. It's a win.
The attention that gets brought to the whole thing, especially with Tandy potentially doing some pretty nefarious activities, gives you enough leeway to secure not a full pardon and release, but a sort of a change in circumstance as the wounded are sent back to hospital.
Phew.
And most of the doctors are actually allowed to return. However, as the essentially the named instigator, Andrew is placed on house arrest.
Great.
So he is stuck in your home. So we can't be using it as a sacrifice, but he is home.
Yeah. Well, being stuck at home, I don't know what that feels like. Fine. But he's safe.
Yeah.
And he can't die.
No.
Which is what I want.
Yeah.
The next thing we have to do is, might as well do it, is create another agenda item.
Okay.
Where did I put those?
I think I chose the last one.
I think you did. Because, yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so that's it. So we've done transparency, healthcare, and policing. We've hopefully solved healthcare. The issue is, I just realised, is that if I fuck up, I lose points from all my hope, and that will bring it back down.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Okay, I think... Oh, I forgot. So we've got personal expression, information sharing, elections, representation, privacy, travel, wages, education, immigration, work assignment, rationing, sanitation, corporate rights, equality, technology access, worship, outer dome settlements, criminal justice, and housing allocation. Because you kind of mentioned it with the healthcare one. It's obviously to do with wages. How people aren't earning that much. Again, it's a mixture of all these projects. Like the peacekeepers are being funded a lot to keep the peace, but there's no other projects to help people with low income or anything like that. I feel quite strongly, because obviously now we've had inappropriate decision where people who've risked their lives to help the cause are now in debt with these bills through no fault of their own. And I think it's because there's no, let's say, there's no, what's it called? Is it unemployment, what they have in Sweden, where you get an allowance every month whilst you're unemployed?
You mean like income support?
Income support, yeah.
Yeah.
So like a basic income support. I don't think that, let's say it doesn't exist on Mars. I want to make that a thing.
Okay.
So I'll write that down. So I've got it there. Great. Progress Scene 6, Ending. Final result. 46 change points for Agenda Policing. New agenda created. Wages. Token status. Loyal, 4 tokens. Treasonous, 2 tokens. Hope, 3 tokens. Right. Will we ever get to it? I don't know.
Well, considering we've got 1 on 46 and 1 on 62.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Let's be honest.
We've got 3 progress scenes left. I might just fucking ace all of them. Like, violence, violence, violence. Done, done, done. No ones.
Yeah, man. Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. Will Lane be able to change Mars Colony for the better and empower its citizens towards self-government? Or will their efforts ultimately lead to disillusionment and accusations of treason, arrest, or even exile? Find out next time on What Am I Rolling? The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were David T. Cox and Fiona Howat. This episode's RPG was 39 Dark, a 2-player sci-fi political role-playing game about the political freedoms and standing up for what's right. Written by Tim C. Copan and published by TCK Roleplaying. You can buy 39 Dark and download the game resources on the TCK Roleplaying website. That's www.tckroleplaying.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.